bonus episode, we're talking about how I'm working too much and overworking, and how I can work through my overworking in a way that will end up where I'm not working so much. Alright, I've got a quick one for you guys this bonus episode. I'm gonna be writing this stuff down and then fucking doing my bogus ass script. I don't like doing the bogus ass script thing where I write shit down and then read what I have written down. It just seems so lame and like not even a natural or improvised as much as I like it, but hey, it does help me to retain the true essence of whatever news it is that I'm bringing you. On this bonus episode of the podcast, I want to talk a little bit about how I'm overworking, like a power load. Basically, a lot of us feel that way, especially out here in the West. We have a lot of working really hard and then fighting with people who don't work too hard because they're using AI or all this stuff. But it's not all about AI. It's not all about one thing in general, as much as it is for me to just say what I have to say, and then that's it. So for my logo, on having the Pitiful Spawn, my recent black metal project that is working on doing the logo, I would have to draw. I'm thinking on how to add this in and into each album, and so I would have to draw the logo, make the logo opaque, and then paste it onto each album. And then in order for me to do that, I have to make the color of the background or whatever the drawing is match whatever the background is on the picture of the album. So the opacity has to be completely cut out. Everything except for the actual drawing needs to be completely cut out, and then it needs to be just like all white or something, like snow in the middle of winter or something, and then have it pasted onto each new album. So it's lots of work, but it's extremely rewarding to have drawn my own logo, pasted onto, make the opacity, have it cut out, and then have it pasted onto each matching colored backdrop as the backdrop is drawn on, or as the backdrop is whatever the color that the album is. I'm putting out a lot of albums. I have a lot of content that I'm pushing out. I have a lot of songs and albums that I'm pushing out, so each one of these albums needs my logo that's officially drawn. I can't use fonts or default fonts on any of the apps or anything like that. So that's logo. And then vid editing, I just did it recently the right way for the first time on the show, and I had to do a little bit more extra work than I would have also had to done with AI. But come to think of it, I don't know any AI that you could use to get around that. I think you can use it for there's certain services that it would provide, and then what am I going to do with the extra time, or what would I do if I was even spending time thinking about that? These are thoughts that go through my head, and thoughts that I'm speaking on about not having any thoughts. I don't give it any thought. I don't even think about it. But the video editing, with the new music out, the new music video that just came out, and then with the thematic storylines that are drawn on each music video, it's a little bit of extra work, but also just as rewarding. So it's vid editing and logos. Templates, I recently realized that I took down the video that I did about templates, so since I'm making a new template list, or set of templates, might as well just make another short available on my mickeygemineye official YouTube channel, where you can learn how to make your own templates for all of your videos, and then have all the bio and the description. It'd be really easy for you to post and be found. There's obviously two entities that would have a problem with me teaching you about this. That would be the AI companies that will or the services that will provide you with hashtags. And then, of course, promotional. So, Meta, Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, all the money that they would have gotten from you paying for them to help promote your shit is what they're missing out on from you learning on this how to do yourself. So it's not that big of a deal. I don't want to overemphasize it, but I thoroughly enjoy spending the time doing this. And not only that, there isn't anything else I would do with my time. It's just a matter of me having been focused from the very start. So I'm good with these templates, vid editing, and logos. Third thing is, I want to emphasize this a couple more times, that I share a lot with you guys, and I do post in here very frequently. But there's a lot of personal stuff about in my personal life that I will not be sharing on here, my podcast, and I will be making sure that that's expressed one last final time, just so that I can thoroughly appreciate myself for the content, what content I'm making, what videos that I'm making, what I'm putting out, that I can appreciate it myself, as it's a lot of time and a lot of frustration, but it's well worth it. Third parties and cookies. As I said, I want to make this a really quick one. Sifting through the third parties to keep them from stealing my data from me is just a matter of me saying multiple times in the disclaimer officially that I do not consent to third parties retrieving my data. And there's power in that. There's a lot of help in that. So last but not least about me, before I get onto the quick other news, is that there's a lot of name changing. And this is comparing it to, for me, being reborn again, reading this news article on the follow-up episodes that you can find, episode 38, with the September issue of Metal Hammer UK 2024 Vault Breakdown, has an artist doing similar shit as me. Batushka, the Polish black metal band, has also recently changed their name due to legal litigations. I wanted to look into this a little thoroughly and find out why, but it's most likely for offending religious feelings, insulting religious feelings, a defamation crime that carries jail time and a fine. So they've changed their name to Patriarch after much litigation. Batushka is now Patriarch. Another thing with that logo business is that was I spoke on personal thing with my logo stuff, how I started this episode with that it needs to be uniform and consistent and also unique, and these are important guidelines that I follow. The similar thing about the other Polish extreme black metal artist, Behemoth, they had a logo after much litigation, after years of litigation, that is now no longer carrying a jail sentence and a fine, where they were brought to court 3 times by the Polish government that tried accusing them of insulting Polish coat of arms, insulting religious feelings being the majority of the time they were brought to court. Totally separate charges, but these have now been brought to a close and have brought a lot of creative freedom, artistic freedom, after they've been found not guilty for insulting the Polish coat of arms. 3 times they were brought to court, and 3 parties are also free of these charges and have been found not guilty, being the graphic artists, the frontman Nurgle of Behemoth, and then whatever the other third party is as well. This stuff is all over the news and all over all the other news sources that you probably might be watching before you find this one. So if you find anything good in here, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe, and check out Nurgle's Instagram at Nurgle69. I'm mickeygemineye. This is Vault of Doom bonus episode 2 from season 4, signing out.
Metal news. Metal music. Metal podcast. The occasional Prayer is the best way to know God. Not listening to podcast is the quickest, but there is no God.
Check out other content from this artist at linktr.ee/mickeygemineye.